Hey guys, this is Mysql. Uh, I'm back again with a different project this time, small one. So in this we'll be working on Visual C#.net, Visual Basic C#.net. Mm, huh. The first thing we'll be creating a student database in Visual Studio. Once you are done creating a student database, we'll be creating a Windows application. In the first, let's see what we'll create in student database. In student, we'll be creating course table with the course ID and the course name. Then student table with USN, student name, address, course ID, year of admission. In second table, course ID is a foreign key. It is referred from the course table. So this kind of is trickier, and it is a different. It is difficult in different versions to do so. Not exactly difficult. You just have to remember the right process to do it. Secondly, you'll be developing a Windows application using C#.net, in which first thing we'll be creating a form with new course details where we can enter new course, and so the form will be course details. Second will be student details where we can um, enter new student information, and then we'll be creating only one more form for both third and fourth queries. Over here we'll be retrieving student details based on a particular course and a particular year, and we'll be displaying it in a grid format. Sorry, this is grid format. Now let's open Visual Studio. You can see I've already done this. Hey guys, this is Mysql. I'm back again with a different project this time, small one. So in this we'll be working on Visual C#.net, Visual Basic C#.net. Mm, huh. The first thing we'll be creating a student database in Visual Studio. Once you are done creating a student database, we'll be creating a Windows application. In the first, let's see what we'll create in student database. In student, we'll be creating course table with the course ID and the course name. Then student table with USN, student name, address, course ID, year of admission. In second table, course ID is a foreign key. It is referred from the course table. So this kind of is trickier, and it is a different. It is difficult in different versions to do so. Not exactly difficult. You just have to remember the right process to do it. Um, Secondly, you'll be developing a Windows application using C#.net, in which first thing we'll be creating a form with new course details where we can enter new course, and so the form will be course details. Second will be student details where we can um, enter new student information, and then we'll be creating only one more form for both third and fourth queries. Over here we'll be retrieving student details based on a particular course and a particular year, and we'll be displaying it in a grid format. Sorry, this is grid format. Now let's open Visual Studio. We'll be giving a database name, as there's already a database named student over here, so we'll take it as student course db. Okay, yes, and we have the database. On the left side, we right click on it, we have all these properties. We click on this to create new table. We right click on the tables, add new table. It's kind of slow at times. Once this opens up, first we'll be entering the attributes of the table, and later on we'll be giving a name for the table. And remember that this is Microsoft Visual Studio 2013, so the saving the table name is given in a different way. First, what do we have over here? Enter new course details. Course. We have course ID as integer and course name as varchar 20. I'll make this as string. So if we have it as string, we can give anything varchar, and varchar is not really good option for string. It's better to go with the varchar or n varchar. So we writing course ID as integer and course name. Over here it's automatically taking n character 10. We'll be taking varchar, and varchar is too much. Varchar of 50 will be fine. Make sure this allow null is not checked, and there is primary key set over here for course ID. You can see it over here. And now we'll be giving a name. Giving the name over here. Table name will be course. Okay, and we'll click on this update button. That will create this course table with these attributes. Update. You can see over here update for student course db.mdf, creating update preview, display update preview. Here we have create course table, since none, update database. So the update has been done. Update completely successful. That means the table is created. But right now over here we cannot see anything. For that we have to click on student course database, right click, refresh, and then we can see the course table under the tables. Now once course table is created, you again right click on tables, add new table. Over here instead of ID we'll be taking USN as, okay, let's see what it is, as string. What all do we have? USN, student name, address, course ID, and year of admission. Okay, first we'll take it as varchar itself. 50 is too much. We'll give it varchar of 10. Then we have student name. This one will be varchar 50. Sure, this is unchecked. We have address again. Let's give this as n varchar 50. Over here we have, again I'll be unchecking this. We have course ID. Make sure the course ID, this is a foreign key in a students table, so you can give any name to this specific column, but the data type should be integer itself, because in course table it is integer, so the data type should not change, but the name can differ in both the tables. I can even give it as a CID, it wouldn't matter. Course ID, still I'll be using this convenience. Then we have year of AD admission. Then again we'll be taking it as integer according to this. So we are done creating, okay, I'm checking this. We have done creating the table. We'll be giving the table a name over here, that is student. And now the important part in this table will be creating a foreign key. The primary key is already created over here. We want a foreign key. Right click, add new foreign key. So student is the table name, current table name. To table is the other table, that is from which table, COU course. We come over here again, we have the column name, course ID, to table. To which table are we referring to? It is course. This course ID is a column of the existing table, that is the student table, and this over here is course ID, sorry, table name, course reference. So we are referring to the course table, and which column? Course ID column. So we'll be clicking on the update button, and update database. So look back to Server Explorer, click on refresh, and we'll have the course table as well with the details. Now we'll close all this. We'll create a new application. We'll be attending to our second task, that is creating a Windows application in C#. So we'll click on new, project details. We'll be giving a name, student course details. It will be our solution name and our project name. So on the left we'll be choosing Visual C#, and then on Windows, then we click on Windows Form Applications, and then we will give the student course details, that is the name of the project. Click on OK. Now on the right we can see the Solution Explorer. Over here you can go from one form to another form. You can set the properties, give the command line arguments when required. So the first form is supposed to be course details. Let's create course details. Yeah, this is the size required. We don't need Server Explorer as of now. We'll go to Toolbox, that is what we need. Okay, set this right. Yes, so first thing we'll need labels. Label 1 over here, that is main heading, you can say header. Over here this is course ID, this is course name, and yes, then we need a text box, not one but two text boxes, and buttons. You surely need buttons, 2 of them to be precise. Now let's start writing. To change the text of this, we can directly start typing, or we can go for properties, then first of all dock this, undock this, search for text. For here we can give it as enter course details. We can see over here enter course details. Click on this, start typing, and we can see on the right it's directly showing course ID, again course name. You can see what you're typing on the right side in the properties section. Again, now let's go to the button. We'll give it as submit. Once we enter the details in the text boxes, we'll be clicking on this button, which will then store the details in the database. This is subm submit. Then this will be reset, which will clear the content of the text boxes. Now to set the font size for better visual purpose, hold Control and start selecting all the elements on the form. Go to fonts in the properties on the right side. You can see, click on this dotted button. You can select Times New Roman for proper standard. Okay. Again, give the size as 14, better visual. We'll keep the heading in bold and we'll increase the size to 18. Good enough. Move this to set it proper. The pink line over here shows that text within the text box will be in the same line as course name. Same thing over here, course ID. Submit. First we'll increase the size. Here, and we'll bring it first to here. Keep it the same size as this. You can even set a regular size for each if you want to. Once we are done creating it, spacing, after we are done with this, move this a little on the left, because we have to see if it is getting stored in the database or not, whether the details are getting stored in the database or not. So the first thing what we will do is check for data grid view. Where is data grid view? Here in the data section, data grid view. We place it over here. We set a proper size. We don't need the length. Sorry, we don't need much of a width because there are only 2 columns. We need length. This much is enough. We can scroll down. Then again, we need buttons. 1 button is more than enough. And the name of this button will be display. Okay, text. Where is text? Here. Display. So it is the same size. Let's keep the size in standard. Go to font. It was to 14, regular, and times. Okay, set it properly. Let me see. click on this. Okay, now it is set. Now we have the form set. Now we need to change the name of the form. How do we do that? Again, text course details. One more thing, we need to change the names of the buttons and the text boxes, so that while we are writing the code, it is easy for us to understand which button are we using, which text box are we referring to. So once you click on the text box, you can see in the properties on top it is written text box 1. This text box 1 is the name of the text box. So we scroll down to find the name property. We can see over here in the design section you have name. We'll give this as CID, referring to course ID, and then course name. Over here name changes to C name, and next click on submit button. You can see the name of the submit button is button 1. We'll give it as submit. Then we click on reset, change the name as reset. Same goes for display. Then we click on data grid view. Let this data grid view be the same because there is only one data grid view. So the course form is set. We click on Ctrl S to save. We'll write the code later once all the designing part is done. Now to add new form, we go to Solutions Explorer on the right side. Click on the student course details, right click, we have add, we go to new item, Visual C hash, Windows form, Windows form. 1 minute. Solutions, sorry. The name over here, student details. And we have the form set. We'll keep it of the same size. So the size property will be at the bottom over here. Select, copy this, paste it in this size, click on enter. You have the size ready. Now again we need 3 labels. Actually we need more number of labels in this. So this is for USN, this is for name, this is for address, this is for course ID, this is for year of admission. And then we need 3 buttons. We will search for buttons. Okay. Buttons 1, button 2, and button 3. This seems very small. Is the size button. So this is the submit, this is for reset, and this will be for display. Then we need how many? 5 text boxes. Text box 1. We need only how much did I say? 5, but we need only 4 text boxes. For course ID we'll be using a combo box. I'll tell you how to use combo box. Then text box for address, text box for year of admission, and then combo box for course ID. Then a data grid view for us. Please set the size. Now first let me select all of this, excluding this. Font property 14 regular times new row. Then again this, because it is the main heading, taking 18 bold. Start typing. Enter student details. This will be SN. Sorry, I guess I'm changing the wrong property, because the font property is selected. I cannot type it directly. I'll have to traverse to text first. Text. Where is text? Okay, I have text over here. Name. Enter enter student details. Then SN here, student name, this will be address, this will be course ID, and this will be year of admission. At least in some place the full thing should be written. Let's keep it aligned. Same goes for this. Alignment is really important while developing a web Windows application. You should make sure it looks presentable. Keep the length set as the size of the combo box. We'll move them aside a little. Now buttons, submit, reset, and display. Now select all buttons. Together, keep it over here. This will be over here in the center. This will come right here. In this we have more number of attributes. We'll increase the length and width of this. Click button in the center. Again, like I said in the previous form, changing the name of text boxes and the buttons will be of USN. The name of stu name. This will be address. This will be course ID or other CID. YOA is better for this. Buttons, submit, reset, submit, wait for it, reset, and then display. Then we will be having another form. This form will be creating the same way. Right click on student course details, go to add, click on Windows form. Windows form is already selected. Give a name, query form. We have the query form over here. Let's give it same size. In this we will be needing of a particular course, so it is better to give course ID. So first we need labels. This is for header, the second one is for course ID, third one is for year. Text boxes, one text box, the other will be a combo box of course ID. Then we'll have a data grid view, which is important in query, because where else will we display the data? Data is really important in the current world, isn't it? Okay, do same. Now select all this, go to font, 14, regular, time, Rome. This will be great. Click onto this, increase the size to 18, bold. Okay. Go to text property. Okay, it's over here. Enter. Query. This will be course ID. This will be year of admission. Okay, where? No, the name is lost, so I come back. Pull it back, sorry. This down, alignment. Bring this to the center. Below we'll have two submit buttons, because this one form will attend to two queries. The first query will be displaying the details of students who belong to a particular course. The second query is student who have taken admission in a particular year. So button 1, you keep the buttons a little bigger this time, but of the same length. We need one more button for reset. This at this end, this will be at this end, this will be in the center. Font property property is not visible, we unselect this. Font property 12, sorry, 14 times new one. Go to the text property over here, submit, no, we'll give it as query 1, query 2, reset, sorry, to reset. Now the forms have been created, the front end of the forms have been created. Now we'll go to the back end, we'll click on the submit button twice, we get to the code. Within the class form, we create the SQL connection object. Okay, before creating the SQL connection object, we'll have to import the class data SQL client is the class, then SQL connection SQL connection. What will we be writing in this connection is really important. First thing we will be doing is go to the server explorer, right click on this student course DB, go to properties. On the right, now we can see the connection string over here. Select the whole thing by double click on it, double click, select all, click copy, come back within this double quotes, copy the entire string, and once we have done that, at beginning of double quotes, make sure you specify the ampersand symbol to show that this is a connection string. Once we have done that, the connection has been established between the database and the application. Only this form, only within this form. Now importantly, we are done setting up the connection. The next thing that we are supposed to do is create a database adapter. Once we create the database adapter, okay, start first connection, open, then we start the SQL data adapter. We create an object, sorry, SQL data adapter. Within this we specify our query that we want to execute in the database. Submit button, what it does is whatever we specify in form 1 and these text boxes should be stored in the database. To storing purpose we use the insert query. So insert into values, insert into table, sorry, insert into what is the course, what is the table name, and this over here, so the table name, insert into course values. We start plus, what do we take in, what is the name of the text box. Go to properties and check, it is CID and CNAME. So course ID CID dot text. To extract the text from the text box we use dot text double quotes. Because it is an integer, we just need to specify it in double quotes. Next, this is in string, so first in single quotes and then in double quotes, because whatever query that we pass to the database, in that query, if we are passing a string, we need to specify it within single quotes. Double quotes plus cname.text, single quotes closed, close the double quotes, close the bracket, and the query is okay. At last we need to pass the connection. Okay, I made a spelling mistake over here. Insert. Okay, let's see. Be careful with all this, because even one line can make a difference. Now what we do is we call select command and execute non-query command to execute the insert into query. Then we close the connection because we are done. We are done with the insertion. Now what we have to do importantly is to check. So this is the connection part, but to check whether, if I click on validation, this is what I mean. If I just click on submit button, even the empty values will be passed, but that shouldn't happen. So cid dot text is not equal to null, and name dot text not equal to null. Only then the connection should be done. Else we display message using message box dot show enter all the details before clicking the submit button exclamation. And over here also we write a message box to let the user know that the details have been entered successfully. So data, okay, details successfully. Simple here. So the submit process is done. Okay, this is a table. Then we need to clear the contents of the text boxes. So cid text box dot text, or text box dot clear rather, clear the contents of the text box. Cname dot clear. Two things are done. Now the display part. What are we supposed to do over here is a similar version, similar to submit. We open the connection to the database, then we clear, we write, no, we create SQL data adapter SDA new SQL data adapter from select star from means selecting all the details from the table, all the columns from the table. Select star from course. Sorry. Okay. Forgot to mention the connection object. Yes, now it's done. Then we store this. We have to store this in some table. Sorry, we have to store it in data. We have to store it in a data. There are two things: data set and a data table. Data set is used for data set is used when we are writing the combo box. Over here we'll be using data table. dt is equal to new data table. Then we're going for sda dot fill data table. Whatever, once this query executes select star from course, whatever data is there in this will be stored in SDA. SDA will fill the data table with this fill method. We have data grid view dot data source, which will display all the contents of the table that is stored in DT, and then it will store it in the data grid view. So once it displays in the data grid view, we close the connection. So course form has been completed. So we can copy paste the same in the student details form, in the submit button. The query is similar, but the contents are more, and the connection string should be similar. Copy paste this as well. Over here we'll be mentioning the class. So CNAME is not there. We give stu name and then stu name. One more. Display is completely similar apart from the column name. So we change the column name as student. It's only the data table name will be changed. Student, that is. We write student. We mention all the text boxes name over here. Copy this much, easier. Then what do we have? Address. Then what do we have? Course. CID cannot be cleared because it is a text box. You can write that too. Yes. Then we have YOA, year of admission. Remember that the combo box first thing. So we'll start once we are done with this submit. We'll go for that combo box. Student values where stu name is a string. Remember. And this is again a string. Dot text plus single quotes then CID double quotes only. This is a string, so no single quotes required. Now we need to click on the form twice to get this load option. In this load option, we will be automatically, as soon as the form loads, this combo box, course ID combo box, will be automatically loaded. It will be automatically loaded, because whatever is this combo box will have the course IDs that are already stored in the table, which will be easier for us to select from the list of course IDs that are already there in the course table. So we'll open the connection, open, then again the SQL adapter, data adapter, SDA, new adapter. Over here, select not star but course ID, rather course ID from course. That's all. Then we'll pass the connection object as well. Now we'll be using data set, because we are choosing only one column over here, one specific column. And then we close the connection, because now the connection is not required. We just need to CID is the combo box name. We'll be adding a data source to it. The data source will be DS, and tables dot value member, the course ID is the column name. This is the display member, the name of the table. That's all. Once the page is loaded, student page, the contents of course ID will be automatically displayed over here. The display part is also done. Display button, submit button also done. Now the reset button. So we'll start from USN here to name dot clear. We have address dot clear, and we cannot give CID because CID is a text box, sorry, a combo box, which cannot be the combo box cannot be cleared. So next we'll be writing YOA so the student form is also done. Now let's come to query 1, query 2, and first we'll start from reset. It is okay. I didn't give a name to the text boxes, if I'm right. Yes, I did not give names to the combo box and the text box. As CID, this one as YOA. Is it? No. Reset. Button 3, I only clicked on it, so anyways, YOA dot. The only thing that needs to be clear, again we'll have to import the package. We need to establish the connection. Okay, copy paste. Tedious task. This is done. You go to query 1. Let's check details. Display the details of students who belong to a particular course. That means we'll be writing a query like this. Okay, first we'll start the connection. Open Mysql data adapter select star from student S. We need alias, so course C where C dot course ID is equal to D dot text and C dot course ID is equal to S dot course ID. Connection string is complete. Then we fill the database. We fill the data grid view. Before that, data table dt is equal to new data table. Then we'll fill sta dot fill dt. Then we'll fill the data grid view, that is data dot data source is equal to dt. We close the connection. That is what we do and display as well. But the only thing is, over here we are not specifying any conditions, but in this we are. The same goes for query 2, similar concept. Over here we won't be joining any tables. No course table required. No alias required. This admission. Select staff of student where year of admission is equal to that. One more important thing. Only the first form 1 will open. So we need to make sure certain things. I'll be adding one minute. First we open all the forms. Keep this in the corner. Bring this left. Bring this left. Bring this over here. Now toolbar. Button 1. Button 2. These buttons, the property will be set. So what does these button do? This is the course details form. So if I want to open the student details form, so I'll click on this button, details. This one, query form. I'll change even the name at the same time. Form for this one as well. Student details. Change the font. Times New Roman. Copy these two buttons. Click on them. So student details form 1 is equal to new. Create object of the two forms. So this is done. Now the query form. Copy these two buttons. Come back to this. Move this little side. Here, left, increase the font size. These two over here. So this is student form. Instead of student details, we'll write it as course details here as well. Course details, query form, is similar. Click course details. Form 1 is equal to okay. I have not changed form name, so we will take it as form 1. See. Yes, change form name. So over here, form 1 dot show. Now the query form. I would have made typos here and there. Forgive me for that. Now everything is set. We just have the start button. Okay, let's see, where do we have errors? Okay, there's the semicolon over here. Be fast. Okay, build is successful. Course ID will enter 101. Course name will be dot net. On submit. Shall we have the first error? No. Okay. Click on display button. Okay. Just be close. I guess in hurry I gave it as open. I think I made a similar mistake in student details form code. Yes, because I copy pasted it. Close. Please, you guys do it slowly to type it on display. So here we can view the details. Now I'll give 102 OOMD, submit, details entered successfully, display. It's displaying. Now we'll go to student details. You can see over here that is already loaded from the course table. I'll give USN 14, student name as Akhil, address course ID will let it be 102, year of admission 2015, 2014, submit, data entered successfully, let's display, see, yes. Now reset, ESN 33, student name Ramya, address Belgaum 101, for joining 2015, that's successfully displayed. Let's go to query form. Okay, we have not given the details over the code for this combo box. Let's try for year of admission. Let's give 2015. There's one student, that is Ramya. With that, let's go back to code again. Close. Click on this. Okay, without clicking on it. We copy paste this same code in query form for combo box, so page load, that's all. Query form, you can see that is loaded over here. 102, query 1, student only with okay, I can see there is an error over here. Tend to it in a moment. Okay, the mistake that I have done is, again, I should not have copy pasted the codes. Over here it is USN. Make sure the text boxes are similar to what you are using while inserting. Now I'm sure I'll get the details properly. Query form, course details 2. That's all, guys. Again, I'll show you the execution once again. Course ID I'll give 14. The name this time I'll give Arjun. Submit. Course Arjun. Okay. I'll be rerunning the project. I have entered a new course, that is MASN, and I have entered a new student named Arjun. His roll number is 14. Address Kerala, course ID 101, and year of admission is 2014. You go to query form, date of admission 2014. You can see 2 students now with course ID 10112. Over here we choose student with course 101. We'll have 2 students named Ramya and Arjun. Course ID 101. Year of admission different and courses are same. We need to display only student details, so we'll be specifying query form, isn't it? Go into query 1, select s dot usn, s dot student name. Let's see what are the properties of student. S dot s dot admission. That's all. These details are sufficient. Form. We have an error. We attend to it. Okay, the column name is wrong. It is ADMSN. Okay, these details are sufficient. So thank you guys. Hope it was helpful. If you people have any doubts, please let me know. You can type your queries in the comments section below. Thank you for watching.